KP's Video News, y'all. It's KP's Video News, y'all. It's KP's Video News, y'all. It's KP.
That's right. It's KP's Video News, y'all. Yep. And I'm back again. 2023. Getting started, man. Got to get started and do things on the positive tip this year, folks. Getting it right. Gonna be getting it right, man. We're not gonna be making no mistakes and playing no games, Jack. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna jump right in, man. You know, hey, 2023. Don't forget to hit that like button. Hit that like button, and don't forget to share, and don't forget to subscribe to KP's Video News. Don't forget to hit that notification bell up in the corner there, so you can get all the notifications when they come up, notifying you of anything new, any new shows that come up and all that. You know, hey, we're gonna get it right, man. We're gonna get it right. So we're gonna start off with this heavyweight story. Yeah, we had a Virgin Island attorney general loses her job days after suing J.P. Morgan Chase in connection with the Jeffrey Epstein probe. Sounds kind of fishy. Sounds fishy. So the Virgin Islands top prosecutor, who reached more than $105 million settlement with the Jeffrey Epstein estate, lost her job days after suing J.P. Morgan in connection with her probe. The federal lawsuit filed in New York accused the bank of having facilitated, sustained, concealed Epstein's human trafficking network. On December 27th, then Virgin Islands Attorney General Denise George filed a blistering and heavily redacted 30-page lawsuit against J.P. Morgan Chase. J.P. turned a blind eye to evidence of human trafficking over more than a decade because of Epstein's own financial footprint and because of the deals and clients that Epstein brought and promised to bring the bank, the lawsuit alleges. And these decisions were advocated and approved at the senior levels of J.P. Morgan, including by the former chief executive of its asset management division and investment bank, whose inappropriate relationship with Epstein should have been evident to the bank. Indeed, it was only after Epstein's death that J.P. Morgan belatedly complied with federal banking regulations regarding Epstein's accounts. Epstein's victims, who sued anonymously in a pair of class action complaints, previously had accused J.P. Morgan Chase and Deutsche Bank of complicity in the sex trafficking scheme. Even though Epstein died in jail before his trial, his co-conspirator, Ghislaine Maxwell, was tried, convicted, and sentenced to 20 years in prison. Days after the Attorney General's filing of the lawsuit on New Year's Eve, George was removed from her post, and local news outlets in the Virgin Islands reported that the Attorney General had not informed the territory's Governor Albert Bryant about her impending enforcement action. George's office did not immediately respond and to the request for comment, and a development was first reported by Virgin Islands Consortium, citing anonymous resources, and Bryant subsequently confirmed George's termination without providing an explanation for it. In a statement, he stated that I relieved Denise George of her duties as Attorney General this weekend, Bryant noted in the statement, and I thank her for her service to the people of the territory during the past 4 years as Attorney General, and I wish her the best in the future endeavors. The governor's spokesperson declined to elaborate, so I'm not at liberty to discuss details on personnel matters, rather. And Bryant reportedly appointed Assistant Attorney General Carol Jacobs to serve as acting Attorney General. Jacobs, who did not immediately respond, also worked on the Epstein investigation. George had led the office when Jacobs assigned her name to a complaint suing Epstein's estate under the Territory's Criminally Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, and they call theirs CICO, where the one in the United States is called a RICO enforcement action. The local equivalent of the racketeering lawsuit that, like I stated, the RICO's racketeering lawsuit in the United States. And that action accused the Epstein executors Darren Indike and Richard Kahn of acting as Epstein's indispensable captains. Both denied those allegations and did not concede wrongdoing under the recent settlement, which called upon the estate to keep providing documents to the Attorney General's ongoing investigation. The case that George filed against J.P. Morgan Chase before her departure has been marked as related to the proposed class action lawsuit filed in the same court against J.P. Morgan Chase and Deutsche Bank, currently pending before senior U.S. District Judge Jed Rakoff. Those now consolidated cases have been scheduled for trial in the Southern District of New York in the summer of 2023. So, you get a person that is an instrumental in filing a lawsuit, and they reached a $105 million settlement with the estate. Now you take her off the case. That makes absolutely positively no sense whatsoever, unless you're trying to, I don't know what you're trying to do here. I don't understand why that situation would even happen. Okay, anyway, next story. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. A police officer has been charged over his role in the passing of two teenagers during a high-speed pursuit of a home invasion suspect in Louisiana. Officer David Cawthron, who works for police in the community of Addis, was arrested yesterday evening, and he is charged with 2 counts of negligent homicide and 1 count of negligent injuring, District Attorney Tony Clayton said in the statement. And it was clear Monday whether Cawthron had a lawyer to speak on his behalf. Maggie Dunn and Carolyn Gill, Maggie Dunn 17 and Carolyn Gill 16, lost their lives when their car was struck by a police cruiser Saturday morning on the state highway. A third person in the car was critically injured. At the time, police were pursuing a 24-year-old suspect. The chase started in Baton Rouge, and the suspect stole a car after breaking into a home and taking the keys. During the chase through multiple parishes, Louisiana version of counties, the 24-year-old ran red lights and reached speeds of 110 miles per hour, according to police documents. As police chased the man through the town of Brusley, an Addis police vehicle crashed into another vehicle, and which led to the demise of the 2 teenage girls who were not involved in the theft. The man drove the stolen car back across the Mississippi River as apprehended when the vehicle stalled. He'll be charged. Now, the person that was driving the car in the state of Louisiana, the stolen car, is going to be charged with 2 counts of manslaughter, as well as home invasion, theft, and vehicle and aggravated flight. And on Sunday, Clayton questioned the decision of police to pursue the driver at such high speeds, and agreed with the decision after they arrested the officer. And they arrested the officer that ran into the teenagers' cars, and they're charging that particular officer, as well. It's like, wow, that officer is being charged with 2 counts of negligent homicide and 1 count of negligent injuring, and the crime suspect that was driving the stolen car is being charged with 2 counts of manslaughter and home invasion and a vehicle theft and aggravated flight. Wow, that's something right there, man. So the cop that had the accident, that was chasing him, is being charged, and the person that stole the car in the first place is being charged. Okay, next charge here, next case. Just days after a woman accused boxing champ Gervonta Davis of assault, she has come forward to backtrack her claim, stating that he did no harm to her or her daughter, adding that the frantic 911 call she initially made was unnecessary. These past days have been hurtful and extremely exhausting for all parties involved. Vanessa Paso wrote on social media Friday, "I pride myself on being extremely private, and this situation was the last thing I want to be made public. The state of our relationship has been in a fragile space, and Javante and I were both at fault in the argument." So the mother of Davis's child continued, "Today we have sought the help necessary to move forward with our lives, and I'm confident we will succeed within our co-parenting dynamic with the counseling provided to us." And on Tuesday, the 28-year-old was arrested last Tuesday and was booked on a battery domestic abuse charge just 11 days before his anticipated fight, which is coming up this weekend against boxer Hector Garcia. Court documents reveal that the athlete, also known as Tank, did actually and intentionally touch and strike Paso against her will, and did intentionally cause bodily harm to her. Authorities said that at the time, Davis struck the right side of Paso's face, causing a facial injury and abrasion on her upper lip. However, the Baltimore-born boxer refuted the claims. He said he never put his hands on his child or his or the child's mother. And he further added that the only reason why she called the police was because he wouldn't let her drive his truck. Davis has since been released from jail on a $1,000 bond and is expecting the court on Wednesday. He's still expected to fight Garcia on January 7th. Wow. Women can get you in a lot of trouble, man. They can get you in a lot of trouble. All they got to do is call the cops and say you did something, whether you did it or not. You're going to jail. You're going to jail. So your best bet is to, go ahead on, man, and make sure you got a good one that's in your corner, or just stay single. Okay, next story. Earth, Wind, and Fire drummer Fred White has passed away. He was 67 years old, and his brother and bandmate Verdine White made the announcement via Instagram, but did not reveal the cause of his passing. Dear family members and friends, our family is saddened today with the loss of an amazing, talented member of our beloved brother Frederick Eugene Freddie White. And Verdine White, which is 71 years old, captured a carousel of photos of Fred and the band Earth, Wind, and Fire over the years. He joins our brothers Maurice, Monty, and Ronald in heaven and is now drumming with the Angels. Verdine went on to call Fred, who was one of the R&B group's original 9 members, a child protege, and with gold records at the young age of 16 years old. But more than at home and beyond, he was a wonderful brother that was always entertaining and delightfully mischievous. Verdine made sure to add brother number 4 in the family lineup. Verdine also noted that he and his family could always count on Fred to make a seemingly bad situation more lighthearted. And wow. So fellow musicians and fans alike flooded the internet with posts of kind messages and sending all their love and deepest condolences to you and the family, Lenny Kravitz wrote. And I was blessed to have been in his presence and blessed to have been influenced by him. Yeah, Fred played drums on some Earth, Wind, and Fire's biggest songs, including September, Boogie Wonderland, Saturday Night, and Shining Star. The Grammy-winning band was also inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in the year 2000. So rest in peace. Freddie White of Earth, Wind, and Fire has passed away. No other notifications have been given us to where, the cause of his passing. So, hey, it's just one of those things, man. I think yesterday it was a rapper, a female rapper from the 3-6 Mafia from Atlanta, Gangsta Boo, she passed away at age 43. As a matter of fact, yesterday. So the cause of that, they said it was a possible overdose. So you people out there that are using street drugs, You got to be careful, man. They got that fentanyl, and they lacing fentanyl. Every drug out, street drug out there, some kind of way is popping up with fentanyl in it. So you guys got to be careful, man. You have got to be careful with what you're doing, and first of all, using street drugs is a crazy situation anyway.
KP's Video News, y'all. KP's Video News, y'all.
Have a good day. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to share.
KP's Video News, y'all.
Don't forget to comment.
KP's Video News, y'all.